right now. So, okay, it's starting to record. The great
All
thing,
right, perfect.
I'll start screen sharing when I start referencing the material that that people need to see. So if I'm going to reference a lot of websites, a lot of literature, if at any given point, you guys don't worry about keeping or memorizing all of the websites. I'm going to email out all the literature to everyone on this chat. I mean, everyone on this webinar, so that they can go through it, in extensive detail after the fact. So that's good
All
for
right,
them.
awesome.
Beautiful. So,
guys, I'm very excited. My name is Vitaly Dubinin. I'm founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club, and right now we're going to share with you, together with my friend Shoropan, a very exciting way for you to actually become a Bitcoin broker. This has never been done before, and this is why, part of the reason why it's so exciting is because now, instead of getting your friends, your family, people that you know or don't know to go and search on the internet how they can buy Bitcoin, and can be quite cumbersome, quite a lengthy process, to find an ATM machine, or to find somebody locally, or to, go and research different websites where they are so they can buy Bitcoin. Now they can come to you, and you will be sort of like a Coinbase for them, in a way, with your own sort of an exchange, in a way that you are a broker, and they'll be buying Bitcoin directly from you. And another part that we're going to share with you right now is an exciting way for you to actually trade on over 170 exchanges across the globe, crypto exchanges, without sacrificing your private keys. Because right now, to trade on any of the exchanges, they're all centralized, and you leave your private keys, your crypto, on the exchanges, which is vulnerable for hacking. And now you get an opportunity to actually always be in control of your crypto assets and still do trading on all of these exchanges. And again, it's only a portion of what's going on this project that Shoropan has been working on for many, many months right now. And I feel very blessed because I met Shoropan a couple of days ago here in Bangkok. And when he shared with me the vision of this project and where they're going and what they're doing, and, kind of behind the scenes of what's going on, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I gotta bring it to our people here inside our Bitcoin's Walls Club community and really share with them everything about this project from Shoropan himself. So I'm very honored and blessed and grateful for that you are carving your time out of your busy schedule among all this crazy travel you're doing to really share with all of us how all of this works. So please, Shoropan, this is your stage. You're the CEO of the Global Exchange, very exciting project. Let us know what it's all about, how people can become their own brokers of Bitcoin, and all the juicy details.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, I want to thank Vitaly for organizing the webinar on such short notice. Like I said, like he mentioned, we met a couple of days ago here in Bangkok, and we hit it off immediately. I could see what he's doing with this group, with this group of enthusiasts that he's put together is incredible. I think it's the type of traction that cryptocurrencies needs in order to become a community-oriented currency. And so I think we saw on similar lines, and I'm so glad that every single person on this call has taken time out of their busy schedules to get on and listen to what I have to share. So I appreciate that. And so let's get it started. And
let's get it started. Guys, pay close attention because Shoropan is very, very smart, man. And what he's doing is life-changing. And so pay close attention, take notes. Let's get started.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is how I like to break down these introductions, especially when they're done by me. I break down the presentation format into a more conversational, dissertation between me and the person that's trying to learn, because I feel like there needs to be a holistic understanding of the problem that we're trying to solve and why the solution that we're bringing forth is such a unique one, and why it can really help and change the lives of millions of crypto users now and into the future. So I like to give an explanation on myself and the parent company behind Global Exchange that we'll do very quickly, so you have an understanding of who you're dealing with, the credibility of the organization that backs Global Exchange, the engineers and the people that work on it. And then we'll go into the problem that we're trying to solve, which is a tremendous one and one that plagues every crypto user. And then we will go directly into the product line, and we'll wrap it up with the brokerage opportunity and how you can launch your own crypto brokerage to pioneer this new exchange operating system into the marketplace. If at any point you guys have questions, shoot them into the chat. If it's an appropriate time, I'll answer them during my presentation. If it's not, I'll answer them at the end. And so again, I do talk fast, so I apologize in advance if I run over some things, but let's rock and roll. I started to share my screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. My background, beautiful. My background is in the venture capital markets. For the majority, oh, by the way, I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I was born there and went to school, raised there, and that's where I cut my teeth in the venture capital markets. And so me and my co-founder, Mr. Warren Carson, who's also from Toronto, Canada native, really spent a lot of times in the early years of, leading up to the Bitcoin, let's say, crescendo of 2017, understanding how cryptocurrency companies approach the space. And we had some really interesting ideas back then in early 2017 about how we can improve the accessibility of cryptocurrencies to the masses. And so in 2017 we launched, I think there's a little question.
No, somebody says hello.
Oh, perfect. Well, hello to you too. So in 2017, we launched what is now known as Invest Bank. At the time, it was Invest Canada. And Invest Bank is the world's first cryptocurrency banking software that actually has retail banking branches for you to visit and access. And so we're domiciled out of Canada. So our first and whole banking branch is actually in Toronto, Ontario. Believe it or not, we go into former bank branches, Bank of America, TD Canada Trust, Barclays, and we transform the bank branch into an Invest Bank. You can go on YouTube and we'll send you all the videos and everything about how people onboard into the cryptocurrency space at banks nowadays using the great Invest Bank software. So that was our first business, building a cryptocurrency bank. We're still in the process of scaling that out in Canada and the UK, and now starting to venture into some global markets. But the reason I tell you that is because we, from the get-go have been focused on how can we make the onboarding process for people simpler. And so building out these brick and mortar branches was our first rendition of that. So we have a lot of experience in retail customer acquisition, but we also have a lot of experience in software development because we've built out hybrid banking software that is now being used by customers in Europe and in North America to be able to manage their fiat and crypto assets. From there, the parent company went on to launch the Invest Group, which you can learn about at invest.com. And the Invest Group is an end-to-end incubation company that looks to incubate startups in the cryptocurrency space. And
the world's first crypto bank. I love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And taking the idea of a retail bank and bringing that to the crypto market so that we can onboard all types of people. How were we able to do that so successfully? At the Invest Group, which is the company I run now, the parent company behind Global Exchange and Invest, we focus on incubating crypto startups so that they're ready to tackle the market that they're going to enter. We've done this with about 21 portfolio companies, all of which you can go and look at. They're doing really interesting things, everything from banking to exchanges, which is what we're going to talk about today, to enterprise companies, data management companies, media companies. And how do we do this? And this is really important for you guys to get, because now you're going to see what type of company you're dealing with. What we've done, because we understand the immense value that's going to be created in the cryptocurrency space, is we've built, along with our retail branches, we've went and built research and development facilities called Invest Campus across the world. The largest one that we have is in Bangalore, India. That's the one that you see on the screen today. It's about 120 employees work in that Invest Campus. This is crypto enthusiasts, blockchain engineers, security architects, and here's where the magic happens for all the companies that we incubate, including Invest Bank and Global Exchange. Our second campus is actually in the United Kingdom, Birmingham, and then we're going to build our third campus in Toronto. And so we have a very global reach in the way that we tackle our companies. We have global scale in the way that we acquire customers, but more importantly, we're fundamentally a technology company that cares about solving the problems that are inhibiting cryptocurrency adoption. And so that's kind of the background of the parent company. You can learn every single thing you need to know about the company at invest.com, investbank.com, and we're a complete open book. And there's going to be so much information that you guys can go through to really pick it apart.
So this is your company, right?
You got it, yes. Invest Group is my company, which owns Invest Bank and Global Exchange. I'm not the only shareholder. We have 3 institutional shareholders, banking institutions in Canada and the US that have come in to finance a lot of this. Me and my co-founder, Warren Carson, are large owners as well. But yes, this is our baby. and we're super proud. But at this point, we share this with so many employees and so many entrepreneurs that we've helped bring to the market. So we feel like it's a lot of people's company. But yes, we were the ones that started it. So over the last 16 months, now we're going to get into the problem set. So I'm on CoinMarketCap.com. I'm sure everyone on this chat has been on CoinMarketCap.com, and CoinMarketCap.com really is the site that aggregates all the prices of cryptocurrency. If maybe you guys didn't know this, and I didn't know this until I learned about it, CoinMarketCap is the most visited website in the cryptocurrency space. It's the 5th most visited financial website in the world, beating websites like Bloomberg, beating websites like the Wall Street Journal. It's remarkable how popular it is. Almost 70 million people every month come to CoinMarketCap. And the reason they come is to check the price of their favorite cryptocurrency, which is available on the first page. Oh, the market's doing well today, so this is what people want to see. I'm showing you guys CoinMarketCap because there's some important statistics that CoinMarketCap reveals that we as entrepreneurs in this space want to take advantage of. So the first statistic, and these are overlooked statistics, is market capitalization. So the total market cap of the cryptocurrency space currently sits at 220 billion US dollars. Now that's down almost 1/4 from 800 billion, which it was at 2017, but that is what it is today. The more interesting statistic is this: 24-hour trading volume. 24-hour trading volume represents all of the US dollars worth of cryptocurrency that were traded in the last 24 hours, that switched hands. That is a staggering 75 billion. Now, although $75 billion is not an absolutely large amount in the global financial markets for global trading volume, in terms of how large that is compared to the market cap is absolutely staggering. That means out of the 220 billion, 75 billion was traded. So who's making money off of that? Well, it's these guys. You can actually look at, CoinMarketCap gives you the luxury of looking at all the exchanges and their trading volume. These are not cryptocurrencies. These are the exchanges that cryptocurrencies are traded on. And as you can see here, the volume that these guys are doing on a daily basis is staggering. BitMEX did 5.8 billion yesterday. ZBG did 3.2 billion. BitMax did 3.1 billion. What are these companies doing? They're providing markets so you guys can facilitate trades. In other words, you guys are all the gold diggers because you think it's a gold rush, and they're selling shovels. This is the business you guys want to be in because it's a consistent, profitable enterprise that will allow you to benefit off the cryptocurrency markets, whether it's going up, down, or sideways. So many people have started exchanges over the last 2 years because of that logic, and they are all running into the same problem. And this is the problem we try to solve. The problem with all of these exchanges is that they centralize cryptocurrency. They've termed, the term centralized exchanges. So in other words, you have to leave your crypto balance on these exchanges to be able to trade on them. That causes 2 tremendous problems. The first one happens all the time, which is the exchange just leaves with the money or it shuts down mysteriously. I term that negligence. So the company doesn't manage its business properly and walks away. You as the customer have no recourse. Once that happens, and we've seen it happen over and over and over again, there's nothing you can do. Since you gave them your private key, since you gave them access to your crypto, they own that crypto now. They can do whatever they want with it. And the second problem with centralized exchanges is security risk. Now, when you centralize assets that were supposed to be on millions of computers and put them on a single computer, you have now made that computer very, very valuable. And when something is that valuable and that easy to penetrate, a hacker will get a hold of it. Obviously, conveniently, last week, Binance got hacked for about $40 million of customer funds. And that's it. There's no recourse that the customer has because you gave them your private keys. It's a very, very dangerous way to manage cryptocurrency. And unfortunately, it's the way that almost all exchanges run right now. So the next question you have to ask is, why do people...
They're planning to repay the $40 billion.
Absolutely. And that's, I love Binance. I think Binance is an incredible company, but then that goes to show you something even more profoundly scary, that they have the power to repay that shows you how much they've profited off of centralizing these crypto assets. I think that's great that they're repaying everyone, but just to give that little bit of perspective, how powerful Binance has grown, that they're able to get hacked, which is kind of scary that even a big company like that can get hacked. But now that they're able to return all the money, shows you how much money they've made. And this is what I think is the most terrifying part. They halted withdrawals for about a week. Now, they had to do that, or else there would have been a run on that exchange. But the fact that they can tell you that you can't move your money is antithetical to the entire purpose of Bitcoin itself. And so this is what I'm trying to get across. Even good exchanges like Binance are not safe because the fundamental security architecture is flawed. And this is not coming from me. This is coming from the leading minds in the cryptocurrency space. They've all spoken on this. Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, has talked about it. Obviously, Vitalik Buterin and all the other protocol guys have talked about it. This is a pending problem. And so to solve this issue, oh, by the way, let's then go into why do customers willingly give up their private keys to these exchanges? The reason for that is because the customers want quick and fast trades. Oh, do we have a question? Yes, absolutely. It's not, the fact of the matter is, we're just lucky that Binance did that. The power to do that is the scary part, right? And millions of customers have signed up to this because all of these exchanges are giving away, I mean, not giving away, they provide a market for fast and quick trades. No, sorry, law. Don't know what that means, but...
But he didn't ask a question. I think it was a comment or something.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. So the reason customers go ahead and sign up for this is because, first of all, they have no other good option. But secondly, they like the fast trades and the deep order books that these exchanges provide. And so what we've learned is that customers will willingly give up their security positions in order to gain convenience. And a solution that is going to try to solve the security apparatus has to blend an element of convenience into that solution. And that is exactly what we believe we're bringing to the market with Global Exchange. So over the last 16 months, we have worked on this project at Invest called Global Exchange. You can find about it, you can learn about it at globalexchange.com. Global Exchange is the world's first exchange operating system. I don't know if that's, oh, they're perfect, it's gone. Sorry, there's some noise in the back. So Global Exchange is the world's first exchange operating system. What we like to call is, we're not an exchange. We are definitely not a custodial exchange. What we provide is a mechanism, is a software by which you as an end customer can keep your private keys, but get still access to all of the things you love about the cryptocurrency markets, including your favorite exchanges. I like to compare what we're doing in the cryptocurrency space to something like Windows did for the computing world, or Linux in an open source way, where they re-empowered the user. They deconstructed the idea of a computer and gave all the power back to the end user to be able to configure that machine the way that they wanted to. In other words, they built an operating system. So there are tons of technical literature that goes into all of the details about each one of our applications that build up Global Exchange. Right now, Global Exchange is comprised of these 7 applications. We don't have time on this call to go through each one of them in depth. I'm just going to try to drive home the main advantages of this new architecture, this new exchange architecture. And those main advantages lie within these 2 apps, GX Trade and GX Markets. So GX Trade is the core solution to the problem I presented earlier. In other words, GX Trade is a routing engine that allows you to connect your private wallets to 170 of the largest exchanges in the world, like the ones that you see up here. So now, instead of uploading your balance to Binance, you can keep your balance and keep your private keys, and you can route trades to Binance whenever you want to, or you can route trades to OKX, or you can route trades to Hugoy. This is a way by which you get unlimited price discovery from multiple exchanges, and you get all of the power to leverage their deep order books without surrendering your private keys. It's a real game changer in the way that the relationship between you and exchange will form over the next, as the cryptocurrency markets unfold. So I'm going to show you a quick demo video of what the product actually looks like. And then we'll move on to GX Markets.
But to say in other words, you are actually able to trade on those exchanges while still being in control of your private keys, because you don't they don't hold any of the customers' assets.
Absolutely. That's now the customer controls everything in their own wallet as opposed to the exchange's wallet. Can we use a hard wallet like Trezor? Right now, it's compatible with decentralized wallets like MetaMask, or we have a decentralized wallet on the Google Chrome store called Invest Wallet or a My Ether wallet. But currently, cold storage wallets are not compatible. But by the time we launch this product on August 1st, 2019, we're aiming to have at least the basic Trezor be compatible with it. So that's something that's in the product roadmap, but we haven't achieved that yet. But that's a great question. So I am, hopefully everyone can see this. Let me just move this here. Try to, there we go. Perfect. So as you guys see in the next little, perfect. This is our trading terminal. It's like a standard trading terminal. If you ever used an exchange, you would have seen something similar. And on this trading terminal, you actually have your order books, you have your charts, you have your indicators, you have everything. But on this top right-hand corner, sorry, this top left-hand corner, there's a little button. And this button says routing to Binance. What happens when the customer clicks this button is the magic. So currently this customer is trying to process an ETH BTC trade, and he is clicking the routing button. When he clicks the routing button, he gets an aggregated interface of all of the exchanges that can execute this trade for him. Just like if you're in Tel Aviv or New York or Los Angeles and you open up your Expedia app or Airbnb, they aggregate all of the places that you can stay and show you that by price, by stars, by reviews. We do the same thing for all the exchanges that can execute your trades. So we aggregate them by price, by speed, by volume, by selection, and you just got to select which one you want to send your trades to. In this case, the customer selects Binance, and now he gets all of Binance's price discovery into his terminal, and he can route his trades to Binance freely. And so that is the way that the routing engine connects your trading terminal that is storing your private keys and holding your wallet on your computer to 170 of the largest exchanges in the world. It's a very liberating revelation for the cryptocurrency user. So let's just quickly recap
that's
GXTrade.
That's never been done before, I think.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I know there are applications that they connect through API to the different exchanges, but you still hold the assets on the exchange.
Of course.
Here you're not holding the assets on the exchange.
You got it. And so to do a quick recap of the benefits.
How they're able to do that? Can you expand on that part?
Absolutely. So this will get a little technical, so forgive me if I speak in jargon.
Just explain in layman terms.
Sure. All of the exchanges have come together. By all, we mean 170. That list is growing. They've come together and created an open source API. That open source API was originally meant for people to build bots, for people to build interactive trading algorithms that would allow them to engage with the order books of these exchanges. However, most of this API work has been forgotten about. What we've done is we've leveraged the fact that the exchanges have provided this, and we've turned it into an end user application and a back-end routing engine. So we've taken the APIs that each of these exchanges have provided to the market, and we've built out the routing engine using that. So now the exchanges themselves released this open source code. We then built out the GXTrade routing engine leveraging that. So what happens when you place a trade is very interesting. You're keeping, let's say, a Bitcoin on your computer, and you only want to send 0.1 Bitcoin to OKX, and you want to exchange in Ethereum. Well, now what enters happen is you enter into a contract with OKX. Obviously, you don't do this manually. It happens in the back end. Your 0.1 Bitcoin is sent. It lands directly into their order book, and then the Ethereum is sent back to your wallet, your destination wallet, which is obviously stored and converted through your terminal.
It lands directly into the order book, not even the balances.
The balance. So what happens here is that the balances are mitigated because this was originally built. I think we have a question.
Can you trade a percentage of our holdings if we store BTC with you?
Yes, you can trade. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. You can trade whatever percentage you want. It's completely within.
And they don't store your Bitcoin.
And we don't store anything. Yes. You got it. You got it. That is the key advantage. So what I was going to do in the recap was overview what your customer gets. So let's look at the benefits through GX Trade. With GX Trade, you no longer need to create multiple exchange accounts. You only need to create one. You no longer need to do KYC multiple times. You only need to do that once. To remain in the middle attacks before it hits its destination or connections using VPNs. So we are using right now encrypted VPNs, but of course there's always the chance of a connection getting hacked. So I'm not going to sit here because the question that the person asked was that, can there be a hack while the trade is being routed? And the answer is absolutely. Anyone that tells you there can't has lost their minds. But really the question now is, what are the likelihood of something like that occurring when it's much more lucrative? Cybersecurity is really a game of risk and reward. If it's much more lucrative for X-hacker to go after the exchange wallet apparatus themselves, then that's what they're going to do. You're sending a minuscule amount of crypto, usually to the exchange through this routing engine. That is a much smaller and decentralized point of vulnerability than the balance that's sitting in any of these exchanges. So we also do use encrypted VPNs.
Is this what you're talking about? If the hacker is able to intercept in a way this transaction, does it affect only this user, or it can affect everybody?
It only affects that user and that transaction, because that's the other thing, is that so you're basically disintermediating. Like when you're on an exchange, you're leaving the balance and then the exchange is just managing the order book that you're trading on. Here, every transaction itself is being routed. So a hacker can get in, obviously, let's say he breaks through all of our encryption schemes and takes one of the transactions. Well, now we know that he's broken into one of our encryption schemes and the price that was paid is negligible. It's always about managing the reward and risk. If the reward is $40 million, people will stop at nothing to get that. I mean, it's worth everything except $40 million to go after that. If you're trading 0.1, 0.4 Bitcoin into a trade, the likelihood of that being the center of vulnerability is diminished. And it's not that there's no point at which everything can be compromised, because it functions as a decentralized, the amount of ways that every wallet's living on a different computer. So every exchange using the API is now routing from an individual wallet sitting on some random person's computer. It's not a centralized point where the hacker can take all of the crypto incoming. So
so essentially it's never going to happen.
What I would say is that if it does happen, the consequences are so negligible that they can be resolved quickly, and it's not worth it for someone to ever do it. So you're playing with incentives when you're in cybersecurity. What you want to do, I always like to say, is don't build walls, because every wall will be broken by someone who wants to break it. Make it lucrative for them not to hack. And that's exactly what we've done. That's also what Bitcoin did by the invention of Bitcoin. It's this decentralizing money, is making it lucrative for people not to work against the network, but to support it. A centralized exchange, unfortunately, makes it very lucrative to hack. And that's kind of the problem that we're trying to solve.
Okay, what other cool things they can do in the interface from the trading? Are they going to be given like charts and?
Yeah, so they get the full 9 yards when it comes to the interface, if you saw. And we're going to release a demo of this over the next month at some point. I'm just speaking to my engineering team this morning about when we can release that demo to the public. But yeah, you get the coolest feature that really not many exchanges have is this little troll box here. I don't know if you guys can see that. On the right-hand side, there's a troll box, which basically is like a chat box of everyone that's trading that cryptocurrency. And so that allows trolls and whatnot to go haywire, but it also allows you to capture sentiment analysis of what's happening in the market, and you're kind of putting that in one place for people to be able to engage with. You get all of your standard technical indicators, you get a very colorful order book, and you get to see the depth of that order book from each exchange. Really, it's interesting because every time you change the exchange you're routing to, you're getting new data. So this is probably, if you're a trader, the biggest advantage is you get to perform single-handed price arbitrage. It's manual because there's no way to automate this, but you are getting all of the price data from all of the exchanges in one terminal.
Now, this is huge, guys. So can you elaborate a little bit about what kind of arbitrage opportunities they can now have access to?
So when you make an account on, right now the way people perform arbitrage is they make 100 exchange accounts or 10 exchange accounts or how much ever they need to use for the arbitrage. They have to put up 10 screens because they need to see what the different price fluctuations for all of the exchanges are. And then they perform a trade. So they'll have to have dollar balances on all of the exchanges, and they'll have crypto balances. So they'll basically sell on exchange A to be able to buy out on exchange B. That's a very infrastructure intensive process. And that's why very few people perform arbitrage in a meaningful way. With this terminal and with the GXTrade platform, all of that gets virtually simplified. So the short-term effects is that there's a huge arbitrage opportunity because you can just click OKX and see all of OKX's price action, route a trade to them, and then click Binance's and see Binance's price action and route a trade to them. So in the short term, there'll be an immense price arbitrage opportunity. But I think what will happen because of GXTrade is a lot of the inefficiencies in the pricing of cryptocurrencies will get taken out, because if it's so easy to perform arbitrage, I could see a standardization of the prices over multiple exchanges. So people that get in early will have a great opportunity after August 1st to really tamper with the way that arbitrage is done. But that's a huge benefit. You do get price discovery from every exchange.
Price discovery from every exchange. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's really who wants already to like just to start, you know, using the trading feature of what they're doing and not hold any more assets in central exchanges, and just have always control of your private key and whenever you want to make a trade on any exchange that you want, for wherever you have all the price information, all the exchanges, and just route the trades to whatever exchange that you want. Who is excited to start testing this feature? Let me know.
Absolutely.
In the chat.
I'm excited.
I'm definitely excited. And just to be clear, this is something that you are in the process of finishing building, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's all the demo, the live version is done. We're doing penetrative testing for that behind the scenes, and the demo version is done. We're just waiting for an appropriate time to launch that, and we'll also be launching some bug bounties so hackers can try to bring it down, and we'll pay them to do that before we launch. So we get a community, kind of like a crowdsourced penetration testing that we want to do. So we'll release some great bug bounties for that. And yeah, we're super close to finishing it up. Actually, what we're going to do once the demo is live and once our pen testing is done is begin the mobile app for this platform for GXTrade, because that's something that a lot of customers have asked us about, is when is it going to go mobile after the launch. And so that we need to include that into our product roadmap. So we're super excited and a lot. I mean,
to that mobile app, yeah.
To that question that you were asking was the groundwork and the basic research that went into before we could even start coding was almost a year. So that was really the heavy lifting for my product team, was them sitting there and like conceiving and working out the iterations and seeing what are the options and putting together this really remarkable architecture. Once we did that, invested the time, energy, and money to do that, building it has been actually remarkably simple. Obviously, we're going to face hurdles along the way, and we have a fantastic team tackling that. But this is a long time coming, almost 16 months in the process of real hardcore product development. So we're super excited for you guys to see it and test it. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next application, which is GX Market. So let's go back here. GXTrade. And here what we find is that GX Market. So by the way, the applications you see on the left-hand side, GXLive, GX Academy, and GX Algo, are all high-touch applications, and 2 of them are actually already live. High-touch applications means they're not core infrastructure apps. They're solving lighter problems. So for example, GXLive is a trading social network that went live on live.globalexchange.com. We're in testing still, but we have users from around the world, analysts that come to this website, publish articles, publish market reports, publish alerts for traders in the cryptocurrency space. And then recently we opened up GX Academy, and GX Academy is an end-to-end learning software for people who want to learn about cryptocurrency markets. And we're engaging content creators to create courses that they can sell on GX Academy, so that you create a community of people who are learning about the cryptocurrency markets. And
nice.
There was GX Algo, which is an algorithmic trading software that we're working on that would allow anyone to create their own trading bots. So those three are high touch applications, and we'll get those out two of them are already out. We'll get GXLive out pretty soon. Then you have on the right-hand side, these four core infrastructure applications. And I just took some significant time to explain GX Trade. And I really want to explain GX Markets with the same degree of significance. Touch on GX Algo for a second. Sure. GX Algo is a way, a lot of people have interesting trading strategies that they want to execute, and many of them don't know how to program in Python. Realistically, if you want to build a bot, you need to know how to write Python code and then integrate that with the Exchange API. So what we're doing is we're abstracting that away, and we're allowing any person that doesn't know how to code to be able to write in English their trading parameters, and for us to be able to create an engine that pumps it out as a bot. So you can create your own bot with GX Algo and then run that on top of the exchange that you want using our operating system. So if you have a specific trading strategy that you want to automate, GX Algo will allow you to do that. So that's really the process between GX Algo. So it's a great question. So GX Markets, this is super, super exciting stuff. You can go to markets.globalexchange.com and learn all about it. The white paper for GX Markets has been released on Invest Labs academic journal. I'll send that over to you guys. And GX Markets is, I think, one of the most profound innovations in the cryptocurrency space. Essentially what it is it's a decentralized money market protocol. And a decentralized money market, or first of all, what a money market is, a money market provides short-term liquidity for the largest financial institutions in the world. And they usually arrive at that short-term liquidity by trading US Treasury bills and euro-dollar accounts. So in English, what that means is if a bank needs money, they get to leverage their assets and borrow money quickly from another bank or another government in a money market. And that allows you to form a real-time interest rate. And that's the interest rate that you guys would see at your retail banks and whatnot. There's nothing like this for the cryptocurrency space, which is a very big problem because what it's resulted in is these problems right here, which is there is no ability to short the market in crypto. You can only short futures contracts. There's no real short available because you can't buy back a position at a higher price without really this conducive market. There's no time value for your crypto. In other words, there's no interest that you can gain for just holding crypto in a decentralized way. Obviously, you can give your crypto to a money manager and he can manage your money and make you interest, but I'm talking about just for the ownership of crypto. And this is the biggest problem. There's no portfolio liquidity. And the way I explain that is all of us here are crypto enthusiasts. We clearly believe cryptocurrency is going up. So let's say I take my life savings, or not even my life savings, I just take my money and I go buy 10 Bitcoin. And I'm waiting. And let's say it's 2018, so I'm waiting for a long time for Bitcoin to, go back on the rise. And it's in a sideways market, it's down a little, it doesn't matter. I still believe it's going up. I still want to hold my Bitcoin, but I need liquidity. I need dollars, or I need euros, or I need yen to be able to pay my bills or run my business. I only have one bad option: to sell my crypto and get my dollars. In other words, there's no liquidity. And the reason for that is there's no ability to borrow in a decentralized way. Now, I will put disclosure. There are centralized lending companies like Salt and Nexo, but theoretically, they have the same problems as centralized exchanges. You have to give them your private keys and hope they give you back your money. So in terms of a decentralized peer-to-peer money market, this is one of the first of its kind. And so we are building these money markets on top of Ethereum, on top of EOS, on top of NEO, and then on top of ADA, because they all provide robust smart contract application writing softwares. And essentially what you get to do is take the crypto that you own, that you believe is going up, and put it or stake it in a money market. You get to put it in a money market contract. And this is a completely decentralized smart contract that's validated by either Ethereum, NEO, EOS, or Cardano. And what happens when you put your cryptocurrency in the money market contract is it gives you a collateralized value. So let's say you have one Ethereum. You believe Ethereum is going to go up. Let's say today's value of Ethereum is $200, just for argument's sake. You get to put your one Ethereum in the money market, and now you have a collateralized value of $200. You are able to take out of the money market up to 50% of the value of your collateral in another cryptocurrency. Say you take out $100 worth of BNB token. You can do whatever you want with that BNB token. You can sell it for dollars, you can buy more Ethereum, you can short, you can do a variety of things. And now you have true portfolio liquidity without giving up the long-term value of your Ethereum. This is a huge game changer because now you actually can still have dollars and for the crypto that you own in the long term. So how does this work? First, let me tell you how it doesn't work. There's no central party. No one touches your money except the two end results and the smart contract. There's no negotiations. There's no lending times. There's no payback periods. You don't ever have to pay it back if you don't want to. How the contract regulates this is through a smart set of smart contracts that always keeps you at a 2-to-1 ratio. So the smart contract, in other words, will make sure that the market stays solvent. How does it do that? Or how does your accounts get settled? Remember, if the asset that you gave, which is in this case Ethereum, goes up in value compared to the asset you took out, which is BNB, then you're no longer at a 2-to-1 ratio. You might be at a 3-to-1 ratio, 4-to-1 ratio. And so you have a surplus, you have a collateral surplus, and you can use that surplus to pay down your balance and unlock your Ethereum from the smart contract. So in theory, if you pick the right asset to collateralize, you don't even need to give back that BNB. Let's look at the worst case scenario, that the Ethereum that you gave goes down in value compared to the BNB. Well, now you're doing the opposite, but you're still breaking the smart contract. You're trying to break the 2-to-1 ratio, but in the other way. So as soon as you get close to breaking that 2-to-1 ratio, the smart contract starts to sell off pieces of your collateral and microtransactions in order to keep you at the 2-to-1 ratio and pay off your balance, and it does that automatically. So there, your balance is still being paid down, but you have less than 1 Ethereum right now. So you might be like, wait, that's not what I want. But remember, in your hand, you're holding the asset that just went up, which is BNB. So no matter what, you're always going to be at a 1-to-1 ratio for what you put in the market, and you had all that liquidity. You had dollar liquidity. If you pick the right asset, you'll actually be able to, effectively leverage and be able to never have to even give back to BNB because your surplus paid for it. So that is kind of an explanation of what the smart contracts do. Why is this a game changer? Because when paired with the GXTrade routing system, we have effectively given everyone the ability to become their own exchange. Let me repeat. Let me actually show you a contrast with the way exchanges work now with the way that this new operating system will enable people to use them. Right now, you go on Binance and you create an account. Then you send Binance your Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency you want to send them. Now they're holding that balance. You've already given up your private keys and opened yourself up to the risk that we talked about earlier, but whatever. You've given them your balance. What do they do with that balance? Does anyone on this call know? The real answer is none of us on this call know. They say they do certain things, but no one can prove that they do any of those things. Whatever they're doing, good or for worse, is never passed on to the customer unless it's bad. If it's good, if they're hedging and they're making money and they're doing all those things, you guys get none of that. Then you use their system to trade, they charge you fees for that, and then when you want to withdraw, they charge you fees for that. What this architecture allows you to do is, since you've already taken back your balance, is that a comment or a question?
Bitcoin
yes,
bond.
Bitcoin bond. Very interesting. Yes, absolutely. We can definitely explore that concept. I feel like some of the researchers at the campus have talked about something like that. So what you can now do, because you remember, the GXTrade routing system allows you to keep your balance. You can now take your balance, put it in a decentralized money market, and earn interest on it, because of course, in order to facilitate all this, there's interest earned and interest paid, and leverage against it. So you can borrow against your balance, and you can route your trade from the money market to this exchanges whenever you need to actually make a trade. So now you are in complete control of your balance, of the income power of your capital, of the leveraging power of your capital, and where the trade is executed. The combination of the GX money markets and the GXTrade routing engine is what enables the restructuring of the exchange architecture. And that is what we're so excited about, because everyone's coming to trade, and now they have a balance that they're building up the money markets with, and they're producing a robust money market for the cryptocurrency industry, and they're decentralizing the access to exchanges.
And everything is decentralized in a smart contracts, and it's a new way for the crypto liquidity for your crypto. But I mean, it's absolutely interesting. I mean, amazing idea, and wow. When I heard about this, I'm like, this is taking it to the next level. I think it was never done before.
Absolutely. No, and really what I'd like to say is that individually these ideas are interesting, but together they are game changing. Together they're presenting the level of disruption that an operating system should when it comes into the space. Apart from that, there's GX Decentral, which is a decentralized routing engine. Simply put, the centralized routing engine connects you to centralized exchanges. The decentral routing engine connects you to DEXs. So you can keep in your terminal and route your trade to Ether, Delta, or IDEX. Initial fund offerings are super interesting as well. You can go to ifo.globalexchange.com. We own initialfundoffering.com as well, and we are trying to get a patent in the United States for the process. We can't go into it too much right now, but it's so interesting. It's basically decentralized fund management. It's simply, if the website loads right now, yes, it did, perfect. What it allows anyone to do is launch their own crypto fund and use a set of smart contracts to regulate the tokens that are denominated for that crypto fund. So you no longer need to give fund managers coins and just wait for them to give it back to you once they've done trading it. You actually get a piece of their fund that's now tokenized using the initial fund offering. And this is and I haven't even talked to Vitaly about this because there's only so much time in a day and there's only so much time we have together, but this is an incredibly important part of our product line and super interesting. Obviously, we know what ICOs did to the cryptocurrency space. I think IFOs will have the same type of impact for money management, and that's the last application in the product line for now.
Let's talk about how they can become their own broker.
Yes, let's talk
about that. Are you guys excited to learn how you can actually become like a Coinbase yourself and be able to sell Bitcoin to whatever person need Bitcoin? You'll be able to sell them Bitcoin yourself. Who likes to hear that? Let me know in the chat.
Yes. So how does this all tie together? Well, we tie it together in order to precurse the brokerage, to understand that all of this is tied together through our native token. So the GX token is what allows you to access the money markets. All of the fees and smart contracts that use in the money markets are run by GX token. All of the routing engine trades are done. The fees for that are paid in GX token. The IFO fees are paid in GX token. It's a fundamental utility that keeps the GX operating system going. If Windows had a coin, imagine how much value that would have created when they came out. And that's essentially the GXT. There's 350 million in circulation. It's a completely decentralized ERC20 token that you can go and audit on the Ethereum network. We are in phase 2 of our token sale. It's currently selling for 0.0018 Ethereum, and phase 2 goes all the way until the launch date. The launch date for these products are August 1st, 2019. August 1st, 2019 will culminate with the launch of the GX Trade operating system. And the token actually goes live for trading on the operating system on that date as well, so it becomes liquid. So we're super excited about that, and obviously people are excited about the token appreciation value and how it's going to propel after the launch date. So that's kind of the token. You can learn all about that on deck.globalexchange.com. Let's talk about the brokerage product. So after building all of this, we really came to a precipice, which is, first of all, how do we get this out into the market? And we really also wanted to understand why cryptocurrencies have not been adopted by more individuals. Obviously, everyone has their theory on this. However, we went around and did some surveys and found out, well, what are the reasons people haven't adopted crypto if they happen? And they came down with 3 reasons. The first one that people have told us is that it's technically complicated. It's too hard to understand. I think that's a fair criticism. It is a rather technical product. Okay. The second reason that they said was it's hard to access. It's not so easy to access. You need to know how to make an exchange and know what a wallet is and all of these things. Okay, fine. That's fair. And number 3 is it's not a real asset it's not metaphysical asset. It's ephemeral. It's in the internet. It's cyberspace. It's not real estate. It's not gold, example. I said, okay, that's fair. It truly is in cyberspace, so that, there's no getting around that. It is an internet-based currency. Yeah, perfect. So now what we realized is, well, Those three characteristics that are supposed to prevent crypto from being onboarded is shared by every other financial product in the market, whether it's insurance, whether it's mortgages, whether it's mutual funds, whether it's retirement funds, whether it's derivatives. All of those things are technically complicated, hard to access, and they're not real. They're just ephemeral financialized instruments. So what is the difference between all those products that got adopted by the masses and crypto, which has not? And what we learned, or what we've isolated to, is that those products have a very robust broker class. There are a brokerage apparatus that brings those products to the markets. Mortgage brokers, real estate brokers, investment brokers, retirement investment brokers. What those guys do, hundreds of thousands, millions of brokers every day, is they wake up and they take these complicated products and they simplify them and onboard their network, their center of influence into them. And so it decomplexifies the process for onboarding into those instruments, and they've become mainstream. Cryptocurrencies doesn't have that. They don't have brokers. They have dealers. They have people that deal cryptocurrency. They don't have people whose job is to onboard into the cryptocurrency markets. It's a direct-to-consumer market. And so in order for cryptocurrencies to be adopted, you needed millions of brokers to go up there and profit from it. And so that's what we built, GX Broker, or broker@globalexchange.com, but the product is called GX Broker. And it's a way for anyone to launch their own online cryptocurrency brokerage without having to worry about any of the complexities of setting up an exchange. This is what Vitalik was hinting at earlier. That's such a revolutionary distribution strategy. So what you get to do is come on to GX Broker, register, and you get your own online store. And in your online store that has a hyperlink that's yours, you can drive traffic, and people can buy Bitcoins, they can buy tokens, they can sign up for the operating system. And as soon as they do those things, let's say they buy a Bitcoin from you, they are your customer for life. You've just locked them into your brokerage. And every time the customer uses the GXOS to trade or do anything, buy more Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin, whatever it is, you're getting paid. In other words, we've taken all the fees that the exchanges have made, and now we're redistributing them to all of the people who are doing the hard work onboarding them. And as a broker, you don't have to worry about software management. You don't have to worry about currency management. You don't have to worry about currency risk, customer support, compliance, anything. It's all stuff we take care of, and the broker just drives traffic and gets paid. So we broke it into 3 easy steps. Step 1, you register. Step 2, you share your brokerage link. And step 3, you manage your brokerage through our state-of-the-art back office called Nitros. And now you can, and by the way, you get to sell tokens, you get to sell OTC, and you get to sell digitally traded crypto. Now you get to go into kind of our business strategy here. Before August 1st, you can't use these products. No one can sign up for the products. All people can do is purchase GX tokens, for example, if they want to precurse their involvement. But now we launched 2 weeks ago the GX Broker product, and anybody can become a broker. And what people are doing is they are onboarding people into the GX token, and soon they're going to be onboarding people into Bitcoin through their GX Broker and stacking their brokerage before August 1st. Because as many people as you get through, because even if the customer buys $1 worth of tokens through your brokerage or $1 worth of Bitcoin, they're your customer. So now the guys are getting in, they're stacking their brokerage. So come August 1st, their brokerage is already built, and they have to do minuscule amounts of work after that, as they've already built out and set it up by the time the product launches. It's a huge financial opportunity there. So the final thing I'm going to do before I open it up to questions and show you the process that your customer actually goes through when they come to your brokerage. So they would be going to token.globalexchange.com/checkout and then / whatever your affiliate ID is. And they would see this page. So right now, up until now, all our brokers had the ability, we launched this 2 weeks ago. Up until now, all our brokers had the ability to do was sell GX token. We've recently added the selling Bitcoin feature. It's not live yet, but it's available for testing. So in about a week and a half, it's going to go live with certain buying limits. So here, let's just use GX token. Your customer comes and he wants to buy GX token. He would get a very easy user interface that walks him through that process.
I'm going to send the link here in the chat, and guys follow along.
Perfect.
And Just 1 second. All panelists and attendees. Yeah, so you can see a link in the Zoom right now. You can follow along afterwards or right now, whatever you want. Just pay attention to this. It's very simple to set it up. So yeah, you just follow there and what they do.
Beautiful. So customer comes to your brokerage link and he clicks buy GXT. He's going to get redirected to this page. He's going to begin his checkout. There has never been a token sale or a token that is this simple to purchase ever. There's never been crypto this simple to purchase either, but I'm going to give an example of how easy your customer's journey is going to be. Step one, how many tokens do you want is what we're going to ask the customer. So we have a pre-date at $500 worth of tokens, but you can say you only have $1. You can say you have $6,000, and we will quote you the amount of tokens that you get for that price. Next step, you get to choose from a plethora of payment mechanisms that we set up for any of the customers that want to check out. So a customer that's buying tokens can check out in Ethereum, in Bitcoin, in Interac e-transfer, which is really only for Canada, wire transfer if they're doing large amounts and they're international. We have our own MetaMask type of invest wallet, decentralized wallet that we've already launched in the Chrome store. And of course, the big one, credit card. So now people, yes, for the first time can check out of tokens with their credit card. Let's say that's what they select. The next question we ask them is, do they have an ERC20 wallet already? If you're onboarding a new person, they don't have an ERC20 wallet. They probably don't even have a Bitcoin wallet. If they have one, they just click yes, and they enter their Bitcoin wallet or Ethereum wallet, and the transaction's done. If they say, no, sorry, I don't have one, then we ask them for their email, and one of our onboarding agents actually sets up a time to get on a call with them to walk them through the setup process of their wallet, make sure they got everything correctly. That's another service we provide for our brokers, so you guys don't have to do that. So then they get to enter their email, they enter their full name, phone number, home address, and that's it. They check out. They pay with credit card, or they pay with Bitcoin, they pay with Ethereum, whatever payment method they chose. As soon as they're done that process, their transaction is done. They get their tokens or their crypto, and you get paid off of that. And the key thing is, as soon as they go through this process, they're locked to your brokerage for life, so that every transaction thereafter, you're getting paid on that. That is how simple it is for you to grow your brokerage business. And if
wow, this is huge. This is huge, guys. Now, pay attention to this. Like right now, you show the process of how to get the tokens and be in a position to, in an early phase that we are right now, to start building up a network of other brokers. Now, you know, the actual process of buying Bitcoin. Can you demonstrate it?
Yeah, we can do the process of buying Bitcoin. That's not a problem. So, go to token, and this will be live in about 2 short weeks. Oh, has my internet been stripped from me? I don't think so. Let's just check. Can you guys still hear me?
I think he's reconnecting right now.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes. Awesome.
I apologize for that. So I think this is what happened, and I hope this goes some ways in showing how much I wanted to make this call. So the hotel Wi-Fi has destroyed the connection. So I have been hotspotting from my phone to my computer to make this call. Which might not seem like a big idea, but remember, I'm roaming in Thailand, and so my Canadian phone company is billing me through the roof, to the point where they sent me a message. They just shut off my internet because they're like, yo, you're so much over your internet that this is not good. And so that's why they just temporarily cut out. So I apologize for that. Let me let me share my screen.
So essentially what you share right now is how easy it is to onboard before the big launch of and build a network of brokers, and the actual ability to buy Bitcoin is going live very, very soon.
Yeah.
I think you're testing right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to show everyone how the Bitcoin checkout would work. I just showed everyone what the token checkout would look like. Show everyone what the Bitcoin checkout would look. So your customer comes here, and instead of clicking buy GX token, they click buy Bitcoin. Perfect. And then here they enter how much Bitcoin or how much US dollars they want, and we automatically give them a quote. on the other one. So let's say they want to buy 1 Bitcoin, and then click calculate. And then this quote gives them, it'll calculate a quote for their checkout procedure. So let's wait, perfect. So 8,294. If they're happy with that quote, then they get click to proceed. And it's the same process. You check out with e-transfer, with wire transfer, or Visa. Let's say they click Visa, ask them, do they have a Bitcoin wallet? If they don't, check out with email, and we'll set up a time.
I'm still testing it. It's still testing this calculation feature because the price couldn't be 8,200, I think, for Bitcoin.
Why? What's
right
the
now.
8,200? Sorry, that price might be Canadian. That might be the
okay.
Yeah, I apologize. That price, it might be a Canadian price point. I'll check on that. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's still testing. So forgive us on that part, whatever the issue there is. So essentially what happens then is check out with your email address, and our agents will contact you. Email, first name, last name, phone number, home address, check out, pay with card. And that's it. At that point, they would be able to buy the BTC and proceed on their way. And that would be the way that they check out with Bitcoin. We'll add Ethereum. We'll add all the other tokens similarly for people to be able to check out with credit card. Someone asked about fees. I want to answer that question. So the most expensive way for someone to buy with crypto is credit cards. So credit cards will have a larger premium than if they buy with wire transfer. But obviously, credit card is quicker and it's instant, whereas wire transfer takes days to sometimes settle. So that's really about what type of checkout process they choose. We'll be releasing soon a fee schema, in the upcoming couple days, hopefully in the week before we launch this product. So brokers are completely cognizant of what fees they're going to be charged. The key thing about fees actually is that in your back office, you get to actually set on top of our price. Let's say we quote a price. On top of our price, you as a broker get to set up a fee for yourself. So you can go in there and say, I want to charge a 1% additional fee to all my customers. I want to charge a 5% additional fee to all my customers. And they would see that they wouldn't see that as a different fee. That would just be included in the price that they pay. And so now you are controlling the entire OTC cycle without having to actually manage the Bitcoin. So that is kind of the way to check out that's how you'll be able to sell crypto through your platform. Tokens have already been
this is huge, guys. We'll allow all the questions, of course, but this whole thing, it's mind-blowing, guys. Like you are able now to be your own broker and be able to help everybody to get crypto through you, and you'll have control over the fees and how much you collect. So the idea is simple enough to understand, guys. And so are you guys like getting excited about this and help people in one platform, one way? Doron is asking, is the platform work in every country? Israel, yes, it works in every country.
Absolutely.
It works in every country. So actually you can send this link to whatever the person, whether it's in Israel or in other country, they can buy crypto through your own brokerage, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the only limitations there is the payment method, right? So country by country, we'll craft, as we enter new markets, we'll start crafting payment method strategies that are custom to that country. So for example, in China, you can't do this without WeChat. So we work with the WeChat team in order to make sure that that's a payment module that we accept. In some countries, Visa is not so popular. So yeah, that's really a country by country approach, but the fundamental product is available in every country.
Awesome.
So
Alan, regarding your question, what we are talking about is an ability to help your people buy Bitcoin. They can use that Bitcoin to fund whatever project that they want, or crypto, or whatever they want to do with that Bitcoin. Okay.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, that's a great point. What I love about this the broker product is that it's complementary. It's not captive. Every person, if you're in the crypto space, you're doing a crypto business, you're doing a crypto affiliate marketing, you're doing a crypto education business. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Your customers need Bitcoin. And now you control their onboarding process. And so once you can get them the Bitcoin or get them the tokens, after what you do with that, they're even more loyal to you. This is the fundamental infrastructure that's necessary for every crypto entrepreneur. And so and no matter what business you do now or business in the future, your GX broker will continue building your book of business, and so that you can continue earning on all those customers that you're bringing to the table. So it's fantastic. The last thing I do want to say before we take any final questions is, in order to become a GX broker, you have to buy $500 US dollars worth of GXT. There's no fees associated with a GX broker, but in order to start your brokerage before August 1st, we are requiring brokers to buy $500 worth of the token to show signs of strength for the network, to show support for the network, and of course, you're getting the token. So, based on all of this information, you can understand why many people think that this token is going to go very far, and so that itself becomes another income.
Yeah, I mean, your products are innovative and definitely solving big problems. So, I mean, there is no reason in my mind that this token will go down. It will go up, and we are in a bull market right now.
Oh,
so it's a good
timing. The timing couldn't be any more perfect. And there's never been a product that has a full brokerage apparatus. We connect to and every token, once our token broker is launched, after our token sale is done, we're opening up the GX broker to any ICO to be able to plug into it. So you'll be able to sell your favorite tokens, your favorite crypto as a broker. You'll be able to manage all of that. So we're super, super excited about that.
You hear, guys? As a broker, you'll be able to support any ICO through your brokerage.
Just like
like
a cloud token, they would be able to plug into GX Broker and get access to all of our brokers on the ground. And if one of our brokers wanted to promote cloud token, they can do that directly to their GX brokerage. So that is, an immense opportunity for people to get paid off tokens that they're promoting, off of crypto that they're promoting, and then once the customer is into crypto, the crypto to crypto trades that they're routing, it's really a holistic brokerage solution that allows you to get paid off of every transaction.
That's awesome. William, Daphne is asking, as a broker, can one operate one country? Do you need a special license if you're in the United States?
You don't need a license if you're in the United States. You just have to obviously approach the token sale in a compliant fashion. We've released our documents in terms of a legal architecture for what you shouldn't say or should say, but there's nothing stopping anyone from the United States from becoming a broker, because all you're acting as, if you wanted to go into legal terms, and our counsel is in the US, what they've advised us is that every broker fundamentally acts as an affiliate. They're not holding, it's not like they're a reseller or anything like that. They're just referring people to their link and getting compensated off that, which is completely compliant.
Let's talk. William is asking, is this an ICO? This is an ICO. The global exchange.
Yeah. We're performing an ICO right now, correct? But the brokerage product is not linked proprietarily to any ICO, or the operating system is not linked to an ICO. However, we're performing an ICO which connects all of this together.
It's like this token that you have. What's the ticker?
GXT.
GXT. So GXT is going to be used for the trading mechanism that you saw with the routing to 170 exchanges. They'll collect the fees in GXT. They'll use GXT for all of their different products. Correct?
Yeah. You got it. If you
all the different applications.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've ever used Binance Token is only available on BNB, and what it allows you to do is get cheaper trades. That's a single utility, and the price of Binance Token is $21. So we have taken that idea of a utility-based token for an exchange and extrapolated that over multiple product lines like the GX markets, the IFO's routing engine, and so the utility demand for this is enormous.
Can you change the screen to step 1 and not step 8 while we are asking questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nicholas is saying $500 to be on broker is a great deal. I totally agree. It's really easy to become a broker. Everybody can afford it. Let's see what else. What else do we have here? Write an invoice for bank or credit company, cryptocurrency banking. I think that's the question. About invoicing or
let's see what the question is. He's saying is, how can I start with ease? No, what write in invoice for bank or crypto credit company? Bank, yeah. I think that's translation, personally. That sounds like I don't know what that question's trying to say.
Yeah, okay, please clarify the question. My question to you is, what is the type of opportunity for people who are brokers and they are going to bring people who do want to buy Bitcoin? Like, how lucrative as an opportunity it is, for somebody to be a broker and to maybe take it a step further and to attract other people who do want to set up their own brokerage.
Absolutely. So we have released a couple of days ago a 50-page compensation plan, which goes over every type of comp that you get on every type
page.
of. Yeah, it's very long. Yeah, because it explains everything in great details, but it's quite illustrative. What it shows you is how you get paid on each one of these 3 transactions: token broker transactions, OTC broker transactions, and digital broker transactions. Each of them have their own payment schema, so you can be running $1 million worth of volume every month through your brokerage. Depending on which type of transaction that is, you get paid a function of that. And so it's extraordinarily lucrative to build your brokerage, especially now, because what you're doing is you are leveraging this ongoing token sale. You make, just to give you a little bit of numbers, you make 15% of all the tokens that you sell, and you get paid in dollars, which means that if you sell $100 worth of tokens, you're making 15 bucks. If they sell 10,000, you're making 1,500. That's on your directs, and then you make a percentage of all of the tokens that your brokers sell, and that is unlimited levels. It's just starting to diminish each level that it goes down, so that you can actually get paid on every level and every transaction that happens. The token broker.
So you implemented a multi-level compensation into the brokerage product.
You got it. And the interesting thing is that's for token broker transactions. For OTC broker transactions, you set your own fees. You make as much money as you want. You can set a 1% fee. You could set a 5% fee. You could do that in your back office. So depending on what type of influence and value you're adding to the customer who's checking out, you're making quite a bit of money off of that. You keep 80%, so 70% of the fees that you charge are paid to the direct broker who made those fees, and then 10% is put into the multi-level compensation structure for everyone to share into. And digital broker is the same thing. There's a fixed fee on the routing engine of 0.1%, and that gets redistributed to all the brokers. It's a colossal opportunity, and it starts to compound every new customer that you add into.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Guys, it's really a special opportunity and something never been done before, that you can actually build a network of those brokerage firms, in a way, people who become their own broker and accept a certain percentage, even a small percentage. Over time, it can really add up.
You got it.
And they're getting paid those percentages in the tokens or in
That's
Bitcoin?
A great question. So there's 5 withdrawal mechanisms as a broker. You can withdraw your commissions in tokens. Now, all of the commissions are priced in dollars. So as soon as the trade is done, you are priced in dollars for the transaction value that occurred. So if someone buys $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, the transaction is priced in dollars for tokens, Bitcoin, for everything. But the commissions that you earn can be withdrawn into Bitcoin. It can be withdrawn into Ethereum. It can be withdrawn into GX tokens. It can be withdrawn into your bank via wire transfer. And soon it'll be able to be withdrawn directly into an invest bank account as well. And that's all you can manage all of that directly through your back office. Actually, I can show you what that looks like right now. And so, yeah, the withdrawal options are great. If you obviously, we're biased and we think that you should be withdrawing all of your commissions into tokens, because that will provide the greatest upside as the token starts to appreciate. But as you can see, you have your brokerage here. You can see how many brokers you have, how many customers you have, your link. You can see the campaigns that you get to run. You can manage your OTC brokerage, and you have your total balance here. And then easily you just click this and click withdraw, and you get all of these withdrawal options for your commissions.
Wire transfer too.
Yeah, absolutely, wire transfer. So yeah, it's super exciting. We've made it super simple. You know, and I just like to finish it off, I guess, with this point and this sentiment. We're a hyper transparent software company. You know, we're not traditionally acquainted with how the market, you know, how to take this and build out the huge brokerage apparatus that other, you know, that we want to. That's why we're working with leaders like Sven and all of the other great leaders to be able to help us there. And you have complete access to the founders, the management team, all of the engineers. You can visit any of our campuses. And so what we really want over the next 2 months as we head toward our launch is people that can give us good ideas about how we should alter these products, how it makes the job easier for the broker that's doing it. So that's the value of getting in early. You get to architect the system, and you're getting such a head start in all of this that it's going to be a remarkable ride, especially in a crypto. Can you imagine owning Coinbase in a crypto bull run? That's what I like to compare it to. Like, the timing is immaculate.
Absolutely, guys. And essentially, the process to become a broker, I sent you a link again in the chat, is you buy a $500 worth of GXT. You can buy more, of course, if you want. It will be delivered to your Ethereum-based wallet.
Yep.
As an ERC20 supported, like the wallet in Ethereum that you control, like MITRE wallet, or you can use their Google Chrome application. You can set it up, take the snapshot of your 12 words mnemonic keys, and you can do it. And after you're done with that, like, what's the next step for them? How they can keep in touch with other people who are brokers and stay in the conversation and get additional support? Like, what was the next step?
Great question. By the way, I just put 3 YouTube videos in the chat. These, you can find this at our YouTube channel. And the first video is it's a video that shows you exactly how to buy the $500 you need in order to become a broker. It shows you a step by step, just in case people are doing it. The second video is how to find your tokens once you've purchased it in your Invest wallet. And then step number 3 is how to launch your own brokerage after you make the purchase. So all those videos are there for you to go through. So great question.
How to launch your brokerage in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, you got it, right? So what we're doing now is we're building up this brokerage community. This is really ground floor stuff. You know, we are just getting this kicked off.
You like to be on the ground floor, guys.
Absolutely.
Get on the ground floor.
Absolutely. So we
the best time.
Immediately after you create your brokerage, you get introduced to the GX Broker Network. There's a central WhatsApp chat that you get added to with all of the other brokers. But one of the high value services that we provide is a private WhatsApp chat for every single broker that signs up. Sign up today. You get a private WhatsApp chat with myself, with the co-founder of the company, a full-time onboarding specialist that will be there 24/7 to answer your questions, and the Global Exchange Business WhatsApp. So you get full access. And in there, you can book meetings with us. You can set up Zooms. You can do everything that you need to do, get tech support. We do webinars every day at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go to webinar.globalexchange.com to register for, your customers can register for those. And we are in the process right now of setting up all of the social channels apart from WhatsApp, where the community can be incubated. This is all leading up to our big launch event sometime in August, after August 1st launch event. So that, the community of brokers will get into the thousands very quickly. Right now, I think we have like 200 after 2 weeks. I think easily we'll be in the thousands by the time the ICO is done. And that number will only keep growing because, like I said, this is complementary to everyone's business.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are coming to me in Israel, and they're like, they're new to Bitcoin, and they want to invest in a project. So they have cash, right? And they need Bitcoin. So I either sell them my Bitcoin or they need to go and pay some fees somewhere else, and I can just be a broker and help them buy Bitcoin through me. So that's one big thing, and I'm sure you're able to see the opportunity here on how big it is if you help your people become their own brokers too, and earn a certain percentage from that and all of their activity, which is huge. You can take it to people with big networks who they buy lots of Bitcoin in other places. Why take the fees there when they can pay fees, you know, to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And because you're the one that's onboarding them, you're the one that's bringing them into the space. You're the one you're already acting as a broker for all of these companies. Why not get paid off of it?
Yeah, and Alfonso is asking, all you have to do to become a broker is to purchase $500 of the token. GXT coin.
Yeah,
right?
You got it. You got it.
Okay. Okay, so that's what you do. You get the tokens first. You get the $500 worth of the tokens in your wallet. So that's first, and then they're going to be an email from you, right?
Yep,
with all the details.
You got it. You got it. There's going to be an email, and there's also going to be at the end of your checkout. That's what the video shows. There's a prompt that says launch your own brokerage. So that's right after you purchase.
Awesome. And in that email, they'll see a link how to connect to WhatsApp.
You got it. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, what's the level of engagement here, but I could just send the link right here to connect to WhatsApp. But yes, the link in the email, once they purchase their tokens, they'll be showing how to connect to the WhatsApp channel. You'll get WhatsApp, and then we can put you in there.
Okay, awesome, perfect, guys. Any last questions about this? I think you covered it pretty extensively. We talked about money markets. We talked about a trade routing engine that routes the trades to 170 exchanges that will be coming out, and the GXT token will be a major part of this. This is a whole innovative solution to the centralized and centralization of the exchanges and their hacking. This is a great solution for that. And now we talked about an opportunity for you to become your own broker, and be able to collect the fees for doing that, and have people buying Bitcoin directly through you and not through any other exchange, and actually build a network, if you want, of other brokers and collect the fees from all of the other brokers, which is an opportunity in and of itself.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
guys,
what I will leave it off with this. If I'm going to share, I don't know, Vitaly, if you have all of these guys on Facebook, I'm sure that's how they reached you. Is that correct?
Say it again.
They reached all of these people found out about this on Facebook. Is that correct?
Facebook, and I also emailed. So I mean, you have all the people who registered for the Zoom. You can just give me the list.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yes, I just recalled that. I have that list as well. So another thing is I just put my Facebook in the chat. So if you guys want to add me, you can add me and go ahead and ask questions, so I can make sure that any onboarding is done appropriately. But yes, I'll also email everyone once the Zoom is done.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Guys,
all right.
Message for Pen and say that you were on a call with Vitaly, and anyone help with onboarding. Yes, and Shoropan will help you with that. Yeah, I don't see any questions. If you have any question, okay, there's a guy that has questions. So, well, let's allow a couple of questions. Sure. And then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, go ahead and type in your question.
No, don't worry. I'm sure other people have the question as well.
Yep. If you have a question in mind, meaning that probably other people are asking it too.
Yep.
And thank you so much, Europan, for doing this for a group. It's really amazing, and you're like non-stop working on this project.
Yeah. I'll be before August 1st, but will the price requirement go up after August 1st? Yes. It's actually the price after. Wait, so after August 1st, the price requirement for the broker. No, the price requirement for the broker will not go up after August 1st, if that's what you're asking. The price of the token goes up after August 1st. So you'll get less tokens for the same amount, but the price of the broker will still not go up.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. All right, guys.
I need to have enough Bitcoin. He's asking, do I need to have enough Bitcoin on my exchange to sell?
Sorry, after I get on board and people need to buy Bitcoin from me, do I need it? No, that's a great question. Great question. He's asking is, does he need to have the Bitcoin for his customers to sell? This is the part. You're not providing the Bitcoin. You're no longer handling the liquidity. We're doing that for you. You don't need to sell your Bitcoin anymore. You don't need to be that person who's buying and selling. They just come to your online checkout and buy Bitcoin directly, and you get paid the fee off of that. So this is that whole days of where you're buying Bitcoin and selling it to people, where you're managing everything manually, is over. That's the real innovation with the GX broker. That's a great question. I'm glad that he asked it. You don't need to worry about any of that anymore.
Perfect. And you know,
second question.
It's different than if you sign up as an affiliate to some exchange and route them into that exchange. First of all, this is open globally to everybody, no matter where they live. They have a relationship with all of this, you know, global banking system. That's number one. And second, you're getting paid as an affiliate to other exchange, like a tiny little thing. Here you are in control how much fee you charge, and you are able to see your own clients, and it's your checkout page.
You got it. So and you get paid on every type of transaction, and most exchanges.
Every type of transaction, and if they become brokers, like you can get paid on their
absolutely. That's the big thing, is that exchanges will never let you get paid on more than one level. That just doesn't happen. So this is the thing. So he's like, can someone was late to this webinar, where can I get all the details in writing? You'll be emailed all the details, and you'll be emailed a link to this webinar, because I'll post it on YouTube. Can people transfer the BTC that they want to buy from other wallets onto other exchanges? Sure, they can just, when they're buying BTC from your brokerage, they enter whatever address they want, and the Bitcoin goes there. So they can transfer it however they want. And then someone says, I'm signing this evening. I'm really glad for that, and we're looking forward to working with you. Because I will need to upload this video to YouTube, the email will not go out immediately. So give me like half a day or something like that, because I want to put this link to this video in the email to follow up with everyone that was on this Zoom.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Shoropen. Again, this replay is going to email to you if you have any questions. Also, Shoropen will he left you the Facebook. Make sure that you copy that and say that you were on the webinar with Vitaly from Bitcoin's Wealth Club, and you wanted some additional help with setting up your brokerage, and he'll connect it to he'll connect it to WhatsApp, and you'll get all the other information in the link that you're sending, Shoropen, is to just the panelists, so they're not seeing it. You need to check all panelists and attendees.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, my apologies. I hope everyone saw the other links I sent.
No, they didn't.
Oh my God. Okay.
But I copied for you. That's okay.
The YouTube videos that show them how to check out.
The YouTube videos?
Yeah, no, that did go to all panelists. That went to all panelists. Perfect. That went to all panelists. If not, I'll send it again.
No, all panelists is not.
Not everyone. Yeah, so I'm putting it in again.
They didn't get the videos, but okay, so I'll copy that.
I just did it. So now you have my Facebook, and you have all the YouTube videos that will show you how to check out.
Okay, copy that. Copy that Facebook and the YouTube videos. Copy them somewhere in a notepad.
And so I think I am from Namibia, a neighbor to South Africa. Yes, I know where that is. Very nice country. We don't have any Bitcoin exchanges here, but I like what you said, that in China you separate WeChat payments, etc. Yes, so as we're heading into Sub-Saharan Africa and other parts of Africa, we will incorporate mobile payment options and the ones that make sense for the local environment. If you're there, message me on Facebook, and I could get you in conversations with the people that do our payment integrations, and we can start working out a solution for your country.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Is there some way that we can incorporate mobile payment?
Yeah, that's what I just answered. I said, well, absolutely do it. Message me on
Okay,
Facebook,
okay, cool.
and let's get that
Awesome.
process started.
Guys, connect to Chopin. He's a very bright guy, and he'll help you with a lot of stuff. Thank you so much, Chopin, for all of your information. We'll email you the replay and with all the information to your email that you need. So thank you for attending this, guys. Hope you see the opportunity here. It's definitely mind-blowing, and I cannot wait to to start getting everything in gear as you progress and keep building it up and growing this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All this solution.
Amazing.
Thank you, Chopin.
Thank you, guys. Absolutely. Have a good night.